One night during the performance, I have accidentally wore one of the rings from wardrobe on my ring finger, and they let me know when I got off stage. I said they're gonna think I'm married.
Jamal Roberts has always been seen as a man devoted to his daughters. In every interview, on every stage, he spoke about their lives, their growth, and his role as a father. Yet, he never mentioned a romantic partner. Fans assumed he was navigating life alone, managing all responsibilities by himself. That made his story feel real, relatable, and even more inspiring. People admired him not only for his talent, but also for the way he carried himself as a parent. However, everything changed when a photo appeared online. Suddenly, Jamal was pictured walking hand in hand with a woman. For many, this sparked a wave of questions. Had he been hiding a serious relationship all along? How did this quiet, humble man manage to keep a love story private while the world watched his every move? To understand this, we need to go back to the start of Jamal's journey. Before fame, before the flashing lights and applause, he was a young man in a small church, singing gospel with a heart full of sincerity.
I was treated fairly on American Idol. I was kind of skeptical about it at first. I'm like, man, I don't know. I was like, I don't know. You just know TV. TV is TV. But they gave me a fair chance. They let me prove myself, and I didn't want anything easy. I wanted to work hard for it, and I just appreciate that opportunity.
Jamal never sought attention. He wasn't chasing recognition or dreaming about stardom. For his hometown community, Jamal was known as humble, kind, and deeply grounded. Every Sunday, he would stand at the front of the church. When he sang, the room transformed. Listeners would pause, feeling the weight of every note, the emotion in each lyric, the truth behind his voice. People often said his singing was anointed, touched by something beyond talent alone. Yet it wasn't just his gift that drew people in, it was his character. Jamal was always ready to help, always there to support others, and rarely spoke about himself. Unlike many aspiring artists, Jamal didn't hustle on social media, didn't push connections to break into music circles, and didn't chase record deals in big cities. He stayed home, rooted in his community, focusing on his faith and family.
Protective and just making sure everything is everything.
Music was his form of worship, not a path to fame. That all shifted when he auditioned for American Idol. For people who knew him personally, this came as a surprise. Jamal wasn't flashy, he wasn't showy, he didn't chase attention or reality television moments. When he stepped in front of the judges, it was just him, his voice, and a heart full of sincerity. And that day, he didn't just impress, they were moved. Week after week on Idol, Jamal gave performances that were raw, heartfelt, and deeply relatable. He didn't sing merely to entertain, he sang to connect. His songs carried meaning, emotion, and a sense of truth that resonated with audiences nationwide. Each note told a story, revealing a man of depth and authenticity. Behind the scenes of his performances was another important story: Jamal as a single father.
No women I ever talked to come back and speak because there's nothing to talk about.
He openly shared the challenges and joys of raising 3 daughters alone. Fans saw how this shaped his decisions, his priorities, and his outlook on life. He was transparent about the love and responsibility that came with being a parent. This honesty resonated with viewers. People saw Jamal not as a manufactured character, not as a television persona, but as a real man, a devoted father, a man of faith, and someone who had faced life's obstacles without losing hope. Audiences connected to his story, and it wasn't long before they fell in love. When voting opened, history was made. Jamal Roberts received 24 million votes, the largest number ever in American Idol history. That moment cemented him not just as a winner, but as a phenomenon. The judges were stunned, the producers knew they had a star, and the audience became fully invested.
Don't believe the hype, whatever it is on social media. If I didn't say it, it ain't true. I'm just a down-to-earth country guy. Love my kids. I'm a family man, and hey, I'm here to sing and make everybody feel better. So just keep following me on this journey, and we're going to do the best we can and just make it to the top.
Yet amid all the fame, one question lingered. Who was the woman in Jamal's life? During the competition, he maintained a simple message whenever asked about relationships. I'm single. I'm just focused on raising my girls. Fans believed him. Every story he shared about family life, about playing music around the house, or holding his youngest daughter reflected honesty. His love for his children was genuine and visible, forming the core of his public persona. As his fame grew, curiosity grew alongside it. Fans wondered why he hadn't shared his love life. Was he still healing from past heartbreak? Or was he simply private? People weren't prying maliciously, they were invested in his story. They admired him and hoped to understand more about the man behind the music. Then came the photo, a simple image of Jamal walking hand in hand with a woman, smiling, relaxed, and enjoying a quiet moment, sent the internet into a frenzy. There were no cameras, no poses, no publicity stunts, just a glimpse of two people in a real, private moment. Fans zoomed in, analyzed details, and speculated. Who was she? How long had she been in his life? Why hadn't she appeared before? For a man who had shared so much of his journey with the public, it was clear there was one part he had kept sacred. Soon, insiders confirmed what many had suspected. This woman wasn't new. She hadn't suddenly appeared after Jamal's fame, nor was she connected to the entertainment industry. She had been part of his life long before the spotlight found him. She had been there during the late nights with the children, through moments of doubt, in seasons of prayer, and during challenging times that tested his patience and faith. She was his source of peace, his grounding presence amid chaos. And her choice to stay private wasn't about secrecy, it was about protecting their love. According to sources, she wasn't seeking fame, recognition, or a social media following. She wanted to live quietly, away from the cameras and the scrutiny that followed Jamal's every move. He respected that boundary, and together they built a relationship rooted in trust, faith, and patience. While Jamal stepped into the public eye, she quietly supported him in the background. As more people learned about her, admiration for both grew. Jamal wasn't hiding love, he was safeguarding it, and fans celebrated this decision. The reaction was overwhelmingly positive. People didn't feel deceived. They felt fortunate to witness a genuine story of love nurtured away from the spotlight. Comments poured in, praising his approach, his humility, and the respect he showed for his partner. One person wrote, "He gave us his voice. Now he's giving us his heart." Another said, "In a world chasing attention, he chose to protect what matters." Others commented on the beauty of a relationship built on privacy, patience, and shared values. Fans weren't just admiring the romance, they were inspired by the example Jamal set. Jamal's focus on his family and faith didn't end with this reveal. Sources say he and his longtime partner are preparing for a wedding. True to his nature, the ceremony will be simple, intimate, and faith-centered. Family, close friends, and God will be at the core. There will be no media spectacle, no cameras, and no social media coverage. It's a celebration meant for the couple, not for public consumption. This choice reflects Jamal's history of protecting what matters most. He has experienced firsthand how public scrutiny can affect personal life, and he is determined not to allow fame to disrupt a sacred moment. This isn't about hiding, it's about preserving the authenticity of a bond built over years of care, respect, and shared commitment. While preparing for this next chapter, Jamal hasn't stopped his musical journey. He's working on a new gospel album, deeply inspired by his personal experiences. Every lyric, every melody, every harmony reflects his life, his faith, and the love he shares with his family. The songs are born from quiet battles, private moments, and the joy he finds in living with purpose. This album isn't about chart positions or viral moments. It's about expressing his truth, offering healing, and ministering to those who listen. Fans who followed him from his early church performances to Idol already understand that Jamal sings from the heart, connecting with souls, not just ears. In an age dominated by clout, trending moments, and social media noise, Jamal stands apart. He chose values over visibility, faith over hype, and love over exposure. Fans continue to support him, not for drama or gossip, but for the authenticity he represents. His consistency, integrity, and humility make him a rare figure in a world that often celebrates the opposite. Jamal's story now includes a chapter that had been quietly unfolding behind the scenes. A man who gave the world his talent and devotion to family is now sharing his love with the world, not in a flashy way, but with grace, respect, and intention. So, what do you think about Jamal finally revealing his relationship? Was it right for him to protect it for so long, or should he have shared it sooner? We want to hear your thoughts. Leave your comments below, because your opinion matters. And of course, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell so you never miss updates on Jamal Roberts and other stories of heart, faith, and inspiration. Jamal's journey reminds us that love, when nurtured privately, can be powerful, genuine, and enduring. He continues to inspire not just with his music, but with the way he navigates life, family, and relationships with humility and purpose. In a world chasing attention, his story is a reminder that some treasures are worth keeping sacred, and the reward for patience is even sweeter than the spotlight. From church choirs to national stages, from single fatherhood to secret romance, Jamal has shown resilience, devotion, and authenticity. And as he steps into marriage, releases new music, and lives life on his terms, one thing is clear: his story is far from over. The man who captivated hearts with a song now captivates with his example of faith, love, and family. And that's the kind of story we all need to see. One of quiet strength, thoughtful choices, and love that grows stronger when protected. Jamal Roberts isn't just a performer. He's a father, a partner, a man of faith, and a reminder that integrity still matters in a world full of noise. Jamal Roberts' story shows the power of love, faith, and family. He protected what mattered most, stayed true to his values, and inspires millions. What do you think about his journey? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more stories like this.